Lolly ho, internet. This is the Orpig coming to you. I wanted to make a video today about soreness. So one of the things I recently learned that I didn't know before is if you're doing strength training, you're actually not going to be sore the next day. And if you are, it's going to be minimal compared to when you're bodybuilding or trying to increase your muscle size. When you're strength training, ideally you want to do 2 to 4 sets. I watched a video recently with an individual who basically said if you're doing 5, you're bodybuilding, right? So if you're doing that many of a weight, then you're bodybuilding. You need to increase your weight because you want to keep it 2, 4, or 1 each time that you go. You also want to take long rest periods. Now, this is kind of contradicting, and you're going to find different schools of thought out there or different programs for you to try. So by no means do you pick one and go with it. But because Brian Shaw, I watched a video with him recently, who's the world's strongest man, or he was. He's not this year, but he's been in the past. Eddie Hall is now. He said, you only want to rest for a minute, even when you're doing strength training in between. And I'm not going to argue with him. He was the world's strongest man for many years, and he was still competitive this year. He just didn't win. So he says that he only rests for a minute in between sets, and I'm not going to argue with that either. But other videos that I've watched, they said to rest 2, 3, even up to 5 minutes between sets, because you're basically going for your max each time, and so you have to push it, and your body's going to respond by densing up those muscles, getting them tighter, so that you're better equipped to handle that weight or possibly more weight the next time that you do it. I don't know which one. That's up to you, or who you follow, or what you believe, or do it yourself and find what results you get. But it's going to take a while to get the results. I just recently switched to strength training now because I feel like I have enough size and it's time for me to dense up muscles, right? That's what the strength training does. I talked about that before. Strength training is going to increase the strength of the muscle fiber you have, and it's going to make your muscles tighter, and it's going to make you more dense. Whereas bodybuilding is going to grow new muscle fibers, and it's going to increase your size. It's going to add to your weight, so you're going to get bigger. So right now I'm doing strength training. You're not going to be sore. You're doing a different type of workout. You're only doing 2 to 4 reps, and then you're taking a long rest period in between sets. And that's going to lead to you not being sore. It's also a different kind of failure, right? When you do a failure with bodybuilding, you basically are going down in weight. You're doing drop sets, right? You're going from using the 50s to using the 40s to using the 30s, and you're just doing as many as you can, whether that's as few as 2 to as many as 20. But you're just doing as many as you can until you just hit absolute failure and you've destroyed every muscle fiber that you have. Well, you're going to be really sore the next day because your body is basically growing new muscle fiber. When you do strength training, you're not growing new muscle fiber unless the body deems it's necessary because it's already made the muscle fibers there as dense as it can, and then it will grow it, but it takes a while. You're going to get that, it's like I can only compare it to shooting, right? There's so many people out there who want to blame the gun, and they're like, oh, I just need a better gun. Well, no, you just don't know how to shoot, and you don't know your fundamentals yet, okay? You have to perfect your fundamentals before you can say, I'm actually out shooting that gun, and then need a more expensive gun. With bodybuilding, with weightlifting, it's the same principle, right? Your body, you can get those muscles really dense and really tight. There was a guy the other day I watched who weighs 165 pounds, and he was bench pressing over 400. Good form and everything, taking the weight down slow and pushing it up. This guy was benching the weight. That's almost 3 times his body weight, and he looks like a little stick figure, okay? He has got dense muscle. Trust me, you are going to use what you've got and make that a lot dense. You don't need to grow more. Don't think, oh, I need to grow more. My body's not responding. Trust me, it can get really, really dense. On the other hand, we do hit plateaus, and those are a good switch to go from strength training to bodybuilding back to strength training, because your body is going to plateau. You are going to hit a point to where you don't grow anymore, to where you don't get stronger anymore, and so you need to change it up. So that's a good rotation, is going to strength to bodybuilding to strength and so on. You just want to make sure you do it at a good time. As I've said in the past, you want to do it anywhere from 2 months to up to 6 months of doing a program. Not just 2 weeks, not just 2 days, a long period of time. So 2 to 6 months is what you want to do. Also, understand it's about the time you put in the gym not how much. All right. So, I mean, the quality, right? Quality over quantity. Doesn't matter if you spent 2 hours in the gym, if you didn't lift properly, if you didn't do the exercises right, if you didn't take the right amount of break, right? Strength training 2 minutes. I wouldn't go longer than that personally. Maybe 3. I wouldn't go up to 5. I think that's too long. If you're doing bodybuilding, you only want that minute. You should be pouring sweat. You should be hurting. You should be sore the next day. With strength training, you should see yourself going up in weight. Probably I'll be conservative and say 2 weeks, you should be going up in weight. If not, then hey, it's time to look at another program. It's time to try new things because it's not working. You're not increasing your strength. You need to be increasing your strength, and you're not going to feel sore from it. It's a different kind of workout when you're doing strength training. I mean, you're going to hit failure with this heavy weight, and your muscles are going to start to feel like jello, but it's not going to be that pain to where you couldn't just go pick up 5 pounds or whatever, 100 pounds less than that and do it 20 times because you still feel strong, whereas bodybuilding, you're going to go down in weight and just absolutely destroy it. So remember that soreness is not relative to how you work out. You can do a good strength training and not be sore the next day, not be sore later that day. You can do a good bodybuilding set, though, and you're going to be sore. And if I'm not sore, then I didn't do a good set. I think that's why I prefer bodybuilding, aside from being able to look at yourself and see the difference when you visually look at the mirror instead of how much weight you're moving in the gym. You can visually see what kind of progress you're making, and you can feel it the next day. Because if you work out legs and the next day you're not sore, then you didn't work out your legs right. However, if you do strength training and the next day your legs feel maybe like a little jello, but there's no real pain in them, like somebody twisted a knife or a needle in it, then you worked out right for strength training, okay? And hopefully you go up 5, 10 pounds maybe with legs the next time that you do them. So that's it. Just remember soreness relative to how you work out. Make sure you get that good quality time in the gym and not quantity, and stay there for 2-3 hours and think that you killed it, because you can get just as good a workout in 30 minutes. I'm the Orpig. I hope that helped you out. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.